It's Sorkin. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to solve LeetCode 1509, minimum difference between largest and smallest value in 3 moves. So let's look at the problem. So the problem statement is we are given an integer array nums, and in one move we can choose any element in the nums and change to any values. So one element, any element we can choose, but one element in one move, and change that to any value. We need to return the minimum difference between largest and smallest value in nums after performing at most 3 moves. Okay, so and we are giving an example. So for example, in the first one there are only 4 elements in the array, and we can choose any element, and for example, in this case we are choosing 3, and we are changing the value of the other 3 to also 3 as in here, and the difference gives us 0. The other one is, for example, in this case we have 5 elements. In this case we are, let's say that we are choosing to change these 3 to 0, and the difference gives us 1. And if there are only 3 elements, then we can just return 0. Okay, that's the problem. Let's see how we are going to solve this problem. Okay, let's see how we are going to solve this problem. So we are given a nums, and so let's say that we have an array of, I don't know, like there are 18 elements in the array. So the approach that we are going to use in this case, we are going to use greedy algorithm or greedy approach. First thing that what we are going to do, we are going to sort this array. Let's say that we sorted this array, and after sorting that, let's say that we have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, some other elements, and let's say that we have 77, 78, and let's say 84. So what we need to do, we need to, in 3 moves, we need to pick an element and change the value to any value that we want. So obviously, so here, right, so what we need to do, what would be our approach? Our approach is that since it's sorted, we are going to take only elements, the difference from the beginning and from the end. So what would be the first possible scenario? Let's say that also we have here, I don't know, 64, right? What would be the first approach here? The first approach would be that we are taking this element, right, and converting all the values to 64, and taking the difference between 64 and the first element. So what's that? That is n minus 4, right? N minus 4 and 0. So 0 index. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The first option is that we are going to take n minus 4 from nums. So so let's take nums n minus 4, right? N minus 4 minus n 0, right? So we are taking this difference. So we are taking this element, the first element. We are taking the first element, and then we are taking the element. So we are converting this, changing these all values to 64. We are not changing actually, but anyways, let's say that we are changing values to 64, and we are taking this value. So this is the first option. What would be the second option? Second option would be that what if, let's say that we have this and this, and like this would give us smaller. So that we need to change that option also. So basically what we need to do, we need to move our we need to the second option would be for us take this element and this element, which would be that, so we are changing this value to 2, and this one we are changing to 77 and 78. So that would give us nums n minus 3. So we are taking this element and the difference n1, right? So the same way we are taking nums. So then what's the other option? The other option is that we are taking this element and this element, so n minus 2 and n2, right? Nums 2, so nums 2 and nums 2. And then the last option is that we are taking this element and we are moving that all the way, taking this element. Let's say this element is equals to 5. So, right, and that would be n nums, last element we are taking, n minus 1, and we are taking the fourth element from the beginning of the array. So minus nums 3, right? That's it. So we have these 4 options. So option 1, option 2, 3, 4. And we need to find after getting all these options, we need to find the minimum of these 4 values. And that would give us the minimum difference in 3 moves. Okay, that's it. Let's see how we are going to solve this problem. The code. Let's move to the coding part. Let's go. And the first thing what we are going to do, we are going to take the size of the nums length. And if that size, if size is less than 4, then in that case, what we are going to do, we are going to return 0. So as we have seen, so if the size is 4, so which means that the one of the element, whichever element we want, we can so we can change all 3 values to one of the element that what we are not changing. So right, so in that case, that the difference would be 0 anyways. So we are returning 0 right here. So that's the first case. So after that, what we're gonna do, as I said, we have 4 options here, right? Let's take that the option 1, and for the option 1, we need to take the first element from the beginning. So yeah, before that we need to sort our array. So we need to sort our array, and we are sorting our array. Right, after sorting, so what we need to do, we need to take from the first element from the beginning and the fourth element from the end of the array. So for that we need to take nums n minus 4, n minus 4, n minus 4, our case size minus 4, and nums 0, right? So the first element. So we're taking that difference. And we can take option 2, 3, 4. Just let's copy paste this, 2 and 3 and 4. And the size will be, so we are, first we are taking the first element and the fourth element from the end. Then we are taking the second element from the beginning. So we are kind of shifting our array. So here 2 and 3, 2 and 3. And here we are gonna take 3, 2, and 1, right? So and that's it. After that, what we need to do, we need to take the minimum of these four options. So for that, let's just return math min, but it takes only two values. So we are gonna just duplicate it here. So we are gonna do this, and we are gonna take option 1. So what's the minimum between option 1 and option 2, right? And option 3 and option 4, and so the minimum one, that is the minimum of these 4, then it will give us. That's it. That's whole code that is required for this case. Let's see. Let's run and see how it works. All right, great. It works as expected. Let's go over it one more time. First thing that what we are doing, we are taking the size. If it's less than 4, we are returning 0, because in that case the difference would be anyway 0. So then we are sorting our array, and that we are taking the first element from the beginning and the fourth element from the end. So then that's the first option. Then we start to kind of like the use sliding window, probably, because we are sliding our solution to one step at the time. So first we are moving from the end, we are moving 1 to the so we are we are choosing not the fourth element but the third element from the end, and the first element from the beginning, and so on and so forth. And then we have, once we have these 4 options, we are taking the minimum of these 4 options. So since the min is takes only two values, I just use it 3 times here. That's it. For this task. I hope you like my content. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye.